Hey guys, welcome to my video on the one thing I did that changed my entire view on my CRM and allowed me to enhance our CRM past everything that they gave us and what we're able to utilize, is able to use that to excel. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over that by just showing you the literal thing I did that was a workaround that allowed me to see the abilities and what we're actually capable of doing that allowed us to scale. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with a temporary workflow I created for this video. Okay, so to start, the workflow that I'm showing you is basically how my company that I joined originally had their Alware messages set up. So when they got their HubSpot set up, they were told it was impossible with the integration of Alware to be able to see when a contact replied to a message. So when hearing that, I was told kind of not to look into it because they were told by the people who set it up that unfortunately it is impossible. But something in me told me that wasn't true. So I wanted to look further into it. So this is kind of how they had it set up. They would have a message happen, like hello, and then they would wait an hour, and then they would check if at least one Alware Cloud Center message received occurred as known. So a message has happened. So then after that, if that is true, the contact would get a "what are you doing" message in response to them replying. So the biggest issue is that this right here does not actually give you if a contact replied. Even if you have it set to where occurred is less than 1 day ago, which we tried that too, where basically if it occurred within the last day, then the contact would be sent to received. No matter what, this is the same way that HubSpot views activities. So it doesn't actually look if, after the most recent message, if a contact replied after that date. It does not look for that. So what this is actually doing, this will do is it'll look through all of the contact's history and see if at least one of those occurred, the date of occurred is known. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and enroll myself in this workflow and show you guys how it'll still say I sent a message, my contact did, even though I didn't, just because in my past I have in fact sent a message. So to do this, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the wait time just because I'm not gonna make us wait an hour for this. We'll wait 2 minutes. So with this, I'm gonna go ahead and enroll myself in the workflow. All right, so I just enrolled myself in the workflow and I do have my contact pulled up right here. So we should see hello was sent to my contact. Now I'm not gonna respond at all and we will wait after the 2 minutes to see where the contact went. I'm gonna go ahead and add delays at the bottom of these branches so we can see exactly where the contact went. All right, so my contact exited the delay and we can go ahead and see that I did go down to this delay here. So I got sent the "what are you doing" text even though I did not respond. So there's a lot of issues with this, as you can imagine, that prevent the contact from actually being tracked as sent a message. We will not ever be able to know with this workflow if the contact really responded to our text or if it was something else within the last day or if it was something else at all. So when viewing this again, I was told kind of to leave it alone and kind of just not look into it, but I decided to look into it anyways, and that's when I created my workaround. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that workaround now. All right, so here is what I did to work around that problem. I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate the other workflow that is included in this first that allowed me to be able to do what I did here. So in this workflow here, I had the contacts enroll every single time a message occurs from Alware that was sent to us. So every single time a contact sends us a message, it will enroll the contacts into this workflow. So what will happen then is that it will increase the Alware messages received property value by 1. Now you're probably wondering, what kind of relevance does this have? How can you utilize this to know if a contact replied or not? So what I did now is I have an event delay. So it'll wait until the property name is Alware messages received and it has a new value of something other than 0. So with this now, every single time a contact responds to a message or sends us a message, that number will increase. Given that then when we send a message, now we'll wait until that number, the Alware message received, increases. So now we'll be able to know if a contact responds or not. And then from there, you can add the delay as however long you want it to, whether it's 5 days or 5 hours. And at that point, the contact will go under event criteria met. So a number increased, which also means that the contact responded, or if they didn't respond, you can send a follow-up message. Now you're wondering why this is also relevant and why I'm talking about this so much. But it's because, again, this was the one thing I did, this workaround, which you can use, and this should help you a ton already. But this simple workaround that I did my first month working in HubSpot allowed me to understand that the CRM is like a playground. You have the monkey bars, you have the swings, but if you only use those strictly how they're supposed to be used, it can get pretty boring, and you won't be able to have as much fun with your friends if you create the make-believe games or create other games using those toys and using those playground equipments. And that's the exact same way that CRMs are supposed to be used. They give you a lot of stuff to be able to use, but that's not all you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make workarounds. You're supposed to utilize the stuff that they give you and make something bigger out of it, make something new, make something exciting. And so that's what this channel is gonna be for. I'm gonna go ahead and continue to make videos about workarounds or things you need to understand about HubSpot or your CRM in general in order to allow yourself to grow your company, your team, the UI for your CRM, allow that to excel. And without understanding that you can work around pretty much everything that's like a block that HubSpot has, you will never be able to do that. And I'm gonna continue to make more content about this stuff. So go ahead and leave comments of suggestions of things you want me to go over or questions you have. And I would love to be able to work through those. And I'll continue to make videos on different topics. So please hit that subscribe button, like this video if you would like to see more. Thanks.